All right, you ready? Are you ready to rumble? Ready to go?
Yes,
Ready to
ready to go.
ready to do this. We've got everyone here. Let me make sure I get the scene
Yes.
right. And there we go. Hello.
All right.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, RespawnedKitty, and hello to everyone. Welcome, Twitch chat, and everyone else. If you're watching this at a later time, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And yeah, welcome to the stream. I hope you guys will enjoy. As you guys know, we try to keep this as interactive as possible. So Twitch chat, if you guys have any questions, if you guys have anything you want to say, make sure you write it down below because we can see it. Welcome to another Just Chatting with HenricoM. Talk about whatever the fuck we want. And today we've got a very special and a different guest. Today we have none other than RespawnedKitty. Welcome to the show, dude.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Henry. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Say hello, chat. Say hello. Welcome. So you are a VTuber. That's in the sense of it all.
Yes, I'm essentially a VTuber slash PNG tuber, I would say, because I'm more in the the flat 2D image instead of the full 3D model.
Okay.
I find that the PNG tuber, it's something that's very versatile. It's great to, it's great to have something like that you can start out with. Especially getting into the VTubing scene. And it helps a lot for those of us that are not comfortable showing our faces on camera and things like that, but still have an interactive character that we can have fun with, express ourselves with, and just connect our communities with.
Okay, so take me a little bit down this because you have to understand my knowledge of VTubing is less than zero. I do not watch any VTubers specifically. I know I know of one VTuber and that's someone called Code Miko, I think, but she does the whole 3D body everything. She has like
Oh yeah, the full
yeah, she's got
model and
everything.
everything.
That's the only person I know of. So it's never really been something that I have. It's never really been something that I've quite dabbled in, to understand. So I would love to learn. Like, can you tell me how you got to this point? Like, were you always interested in creating content or whatever? And then you're like, oh, I don't want to show my face. Let's be a VTuber. Or was it a thing that came on later? Is it how did you get to this point where you're a VTuber essentially? Like, how did you get there?
Well, that was quite the journey, actually. Essentially, I first started out as a YouTuber, so I started over there. Um, some of my friends were creating content on YouTube, and it looked like so much fun. So I thought, well, let's give this a try. It would be a fun hobby to pick up. And then after a while, I started getting into the Twitch scene, and people starting stream. They did streaming, and they were interacting live with their audience and everything like that. And it felt like just after a day, you sit and you hang out with your friends, you play games together. And I thought that looked like so much fun, because on YouTube it's a bit more disconnected. You have your video and they comment afterwards and everything, but being on Twitch, it allows you to engage live with your audience, which I found really, really interesting. And I thought, well, I wasn't really comfortable with showing my face on stream, so I researched what can I use, what can I do, still have myself projected onto the stream, but without showing myself on camera,
Okay.
kind of thing.
And was that
So
more of a
that's how the
personal choice,
whole-
or is that what's more of a you just like being anonymous? It's like it's just more of a you just don't
it's
want to
more
be.
a personal. I'm not really one for. I like being more anonymous. I value my privacy quite a lot.
Okay, that's fair.
So
I
I
can
thought
respect that.
me the opportunity to still put myself out there, but still be private.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can see that. I mean, especially these days, if you put yourself on the internet, like it's everywhere. Like it's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
It'll always be there. But yeah, I completely interrupted you there. Please continue with your journey.
Yeah, so no, I saw some of my friends going into Twitch, and it looked like so much fun, and I thought, well, I want to give this a try. And then essentially I started out with a little I did some research, and I wasn't sure how to start with the character creation and everything, but I found something that could work in the beginning stages of my streaming. So I had this little interactive bongo cat, little virtual character. Because my whole channel revolves around cats and everything like that. I'm a big cat person. So I had this little bongo cat that would interact with my keyboard, my mouse, and everything like that. So you can follow all my movements as I'm playing. And then later on, I met some friends as well that are more involved in the VTuber scene, and they helped me along with my journey of how to start my character creation, how to have a persona, or how to make a persona that I would be happy with and that would suit my channel. And it just grew from there, and I just experimented and played around with it, seeing what type of character I would like. And this character of mine that I have currently now, she has a whole bunch of different expressions that I can use. I mean, she can be angry, she can be sad, she can be a yandere, she can have all these different looks to her, and I love how versatile that is.
So
And
you can
I actually
essentially show all the emotion that like a person would show if they were like on camera.
Yes,
Actually,
exactly.
that's
And I
pretty sick.
have like a little interactive software that every time that I speak, my character reacts to it.
Okay.
And that's pretty cool. I love how many things there actually are to help VTubers, you know.
Yeah, it's quite
There's
it's exploded quite a bit. Like a year, like I want to say 7 years ago, I've never even heard of the term, and it's become quite popular. VTubing is quite a big thing. I know of I have a few, I wouldn't say friends, but like people that I know of that are like heavy into like supporting these people and falling in love with the character and enjoying the character this person that they follow on Twitch portray.
Yeah, it's so crazy, and I've seen some insane, beautiful models that people make and what they have, and you can get some insane rigs that go exactly with your body movements, your head, your body, everything like that. It tracks every part of it, and it's insane. The technology for body capturing is just becoming so advanced so quickly,
Because you used to have to
and
like wear full suits, and like now you just get like a
exactly.
VR. Even in VR, it can like trace out your body. Like you get one of the like a little camera or something, like a little sensor, and it just makes like a little infrared scan of your body, and then boom, it picks up everything.
So it's insane, but it's also a bit on the difficult side to go into full, 3D VTubing immediately, as it requires a lot of power from your PC. So you need to have quite the strong setup to be able to do those full rigs. I know of some VTubers that have a whole dedicated PC just for their rig, which is absolutely
Holy
insane.
crap!
It's just for all of that movement, their software, their model, everything.
Because I mean, it has to render
And
everything for all the time. It's literally rendering a
exactly.
3D model the entire time.
So it's absolute madness. So it's a bit more difficult to start with the 3D models, and it's quite expensive to actually have somebody, especially if you know nothing about rigging, because you want to get a model that's very natural looking, free flowing. The movements aren't jagged or anything like that, and that could be quite expensive. But also PNG tubing, it gives you a little bit more freedom, and it's great to start out with as well for those pursuing to looking at or are looking at VTubing and things like that.
Because also I think it's easier to just run a static image as a start, and then if you see that there's something here, you can build from that, and you can add on to the character, and then as time goes, if you make more money and you see that there's a lot of potential once again, then it might be a way better idea, or a way better what's the right word to say, like way better venture to pursue, like instead of just spending a whole bunch of money on like this big 3D model, and then maybe not even using it.
Yes. So, excuse me. So there are how many artists that have made that are dedicated to making like PNG characters like this, and there's a lot of free resources when you're just starting out, which is really really awesome. And yeah, I'm just happy for how much it has evolved.
That's it's like I said, it's literally everywhere. So,
Mm.
why do almost 99% of people make anime VTubers? What is the obsession with anime? Why do we all have to be kawaii girls? Like, why can't we just be normal humans? You know, like why not make a normal human model?
That's actually quite interesting because myself, I'm a really big anime fan. So if I can have something that's very, I wouldn't say flashy, very animated, very close to the thing that I love so much, and I mean, why not?
So I guess it's
And you
like an expression
can,
of character.
yeah, it's like expression character, and and some of the VTubers they go even way beyond that. They have lore with their characters. They have like a whole backstory and everything, and it's absolute madness what some of these creators can do. I mean, for example, you can look at Shy Lily, which is one of she's an absolutely massive VTuber on Twitch, and she's amassed I think about 1 million followers already. And she just has like this whole entire persona that is her when she is this character. And it's like a fully 3D rig model and everything. It's absolutely crazy how expressive this character is.
I mean,
And it
yeah,
just feels
you are
like you can
essentially
play
playing a
your
character. Yeah. That's
yeah, you're
pretty
playing
that's pretty
your
cool.
favorite character. And I absolutely love that. That's really because I've seen some more realistic looking ones and then more anime style ones. So it just varies from person to person because there are so many different ways to be a VTuber.
Yeah, I mean, like the expression of the character. I mean, if it could be pretty cool because you can kind of tailor make your character to be something that you really like, and then in that
Exactly.
way you can find other people that can relate to your character. So I see I kind of get the appeal to it, and I mean, especially if you're someone that's new and like developing this character, you can like see what people like, what people don't like, and you can add on and remove wherever you need. I think that's thinking about it now, it kind of makes sense to me. It's like if it's like seeing your favorite superhero in a movie, right? Like
Exactly.
these superheroes are made to for specific people for them to like them, and I mean if you can tailor make your own character, I mean that I think that's pretty sick. Because as me as Enrico, like I'm on camera, like I can do as much as I want, but it's not going to change anything on my character. Like I'm still gonna look the same. I'm still gonna have brown eyes. I'm still gonna have brown hair
It's
or
still
whatever.
Henry,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
still me. That's actually pretty cool. I
Oh,
do
I like
see
the
Josh.
weather.
I do see Josh said I should try VTubing, but I think we're a little bit too late for that. I think everyone knows what I look like now, so I do not think I foresee VTubing is in my future. If I have to be
For
completely
the
honest.
for the days you don't want to be on camera, then you just have a little character there, and still look like Henry.
Here's the thing: if I ever hide my camera, every new view that comes in, where camera? Where?
Yeah,
Why
really.
camera off? Why is your camera off, man? I want to see you.
Oh my gosh.
Even if I'm
Yeah,
playing
no.
stuff like Daisy or like RP, it's like, why is your camera? It's the first thing. Like, so to me, but it's kind of natural. Like I'm very
Yeah,
expressive.
it's your
I'm
thing.
very expressive, and I'm very like, I like making like eye contact with the camera or whatever. Like I'm very expressive that way. So to me, it's not something that appeals to me, but I can kind of see the appeal to it, which is really really cool. And we actually got our first question. Are VTuber characters
Yes.
copyright? Okay, is it copyright protected? Like you have your image, your VTuber, like is that's your VTuber, right? Now let's say for example I go live tomorrow and I use this image. How does this work?
Okay, so essentially there's a site that people can go with different, there's a whole bunch of characters and you can go and create. Now, essentially, you'll find artists that allow you to actually use characters like this for VTubing and things like that. But they're all copyrighted in the sense like you can't put it on merch, you can't sell this image, you can't, stuff like that. So there are VTubers that are copyrighted. So you just have to be careful, when you're busy using another artist's work and things like that, and created a character from that. But you're able to VTube and stream and everything with that and make your YouTube videos, but you're not able to put it on merch. You're not able to sell or anything like that.
Yeah, I think it would be super awkward if you're busy being a VTuber or you're busy like streaming and then someone's like, oh, did you see this person is using your character? And you open it and it's like you both downloaded it from the same website and you look exactly the same. Like, I can think that's a pretty awkward engagement.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want someone else to, because if
But
I have my character, I don't want someone else to look like me. What the hell? It's mine. What the fuck?
yeah, so it's nice, when you start progressing a little bit more in your journey. As you said earlier, things are picking up a little bit on the channel. You're able to set some funds aside to commission an artist to make a one of a kind, kind of image for you. So when you have that image belongs to you, so you're able to go out and go make merch and whatever like that. But when using the programs online, most of the artists don't allow you to have the stuff on merch or to sell the image, and stuff like that. So you just have to be careful when making stuff like this.
So essentially what you're saying is don't be fucking dumb. Just make your own character.
Yeah.
That'll be the easiest way because it's your character, it's your, no one can take that from you. So how did you, so how long have you been on Twitch then? Because I mean, you say you started on YouTube. How long have you been on Twitch? Is this something you started recently? Is this something that's been coming along? How is Twitch for you? Like, how do you experience it? Especially locally.
Okay,
like, I like to ask about, like, specifically locally.
Oh yeah, I see. Lucy. It's all about licensing, essentially. Yeah, it's all about the licensing for your characters. So when you go out and you're starting, there are a lot of artists that offer like free build a character, almost like a build a bear, but build a character for your VTubing. But just read the terms and conditions, see what you can and cannot do. But most of them only essentially allow for Twitch, for streaming, and for YouTubing, but otherwise nothing more than that.
Okay. And then when it comes to Twitch, how did that start for you? I know, like I said, you were on YouTube, and then did you recently start streaming, or is it something you've done for a while?
So I'm on my way actually to my 2nd year anniversary. It's coming up in a couple of months, so nearly 2 years on Twitch. It's actually crazy how the time has flown by.
Okay. So you started in 2021 then?
2022, I think it was 2021.
Okay.
You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, we're 2023 now, by the way. And that hit you for a minute, didn't it? Yeah.
So I started in the beginning of March, and essentially I got my affiliateship just a couple of weeks after that. I hit affiliate, so it was about a month after. So that was insane. I was pushing hard because I was researching everything. I had gained some follows from YouTube essentially as well, because people were interested in also seeing me start Twitch at some point. And I said, okay, well, they're starting to build there's an interest starting to build for this. So that's when I started researching and found a whole new group of friends as well that were in Twitch. And it was just really amazing. And as we progressed, I found a lot of the South African community who are absolutely amazing. They're so welcoming, and they will help you so much. Because I started out with more international friends, and then later on, I found the South African community and expanded out in there. And I just love how amazing that is, that you can connect with so many people all over the world.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things of Twitch. Would you say your audience is more international than local, or would you say it's a mix of both? Or
yeah, I have a mixture of both, because I started out with more of an international audience and then progressed towards more local community.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always been quite fascinated by people who start with more international and then progress more locally. Whereas I absolutely I push to get a more international audience, right? Because obviously South Africa is only so big, and as much as the South African community is nice, breaching out is a lot better. I personally believe, and I really want to, I always like to grab the attention of international as opposed to local. Because if you have all the local attention already, you have to breach out, especially if you're planning on,
I hear
if you
that.
want to grow and you want to become better and bigger. Like you have to quite literally just reach out and hopefully grab those viewers' attention as well. So I think you're very not lucky, but I think you're very fortunate in the sense that you have already built a nice international viewer base, because it's only gonna help you in the long run.
Yeah, and I've made some really really amazing friends. So it's just really great to see how anything can happen on Twitch. You never know what to expect.
Yeah, every day
'Cause
every day
one
is different.
day, every day is different, and one day it can be absolutely mental, chaotic, scuffed, everything. The next day, it's more chilled, wholesome, and then you just nice, relaxing vibes. And then the next day, it's more chaos again. So every day, but we have a lot of fun, and
Yeah, you
it's just really nice.
you never quite know what's gonna happen. Like there's been like
But
moments where
I
I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna stream today. I don't really feel like streaming tonight, and then it ends up being like, one of the craziest streams. Or then there's days where I'm like, okay, cool, I'm fucking hyped. I'm like, I'm ready for this. I
right.
want this to be great. And then the stream sucks complete fucking dick, and there's like, it's quiet, and like, there's no subs or like no like everything is just, it
Oh,
just
it's
feels
just very
mellow.
chilled. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a very chilled day.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's always it's always it's always a different day, and I think that's why people
exactly.
like who stream. It's kind of like the thrill of trying to figure out what day you're gonna have today. I think that's always that at least keeps me going, because like anything can happen at any moment, and if you're not live, that moment's not gonna happen. So if you are live, you can just hope for
Exactly.
whatever moment to happen all the time.
No, no, very, very much so. But I love that sense of unexpectedness. It's it definitely keeps you on your toes, and there have been some days where you would just come onto a stream, but everything just breaks, and you have so many technical issues, and like, oh my gosh, what is happening? But everybody is everybody's so patient and so kind. So they say, no, don't worry about it. They're all there to help and support you when things go awry.
I can
And it's
see we
just so
have very
amazing to
different chats.
see how everybody can be so helpful and so nice.
You have okay. Well, I can definitely see we have a very, very different chat. My chat is toxic, dude. They do
So they just go and break everything
there's no
down.
patience. Something breaks. They're like, what the fuck are you doing, streamer? What are you doing, man? Like, there's no patience. There's no nice and patience in my chat. No, but
Oh
obviously I
shit.
love them to death. I love them to death.
Yeah, no,
That's
me
pretty. That's
me
pretty
too.
cool that you have that build. So you start on Twitch. You obviously grow your platform. You start you start reaching out a bit, and then I know that you were at Comic Con Joburg, right?
Yes, I was a featured content creator at Comic Con last year.
So how did you do that? Because I know that I saw you walk around with the mask. Was that actually you, or did you hire someone?
No, that was me. Me in the
I,
flesh.
I have to say, I commend you and I respect you for like going and like putting on the mask, whatever. But what did you? Was there people who came up to you like, oh, we want to take off the mask? Like, did that happen, or were you just like full on? You were just Respawn Kitty, the character.
Yeah, I was Kit. I was my character. I was Kitty. I everywhere I go for events, I always have my mask with me. I took it to the Rage Expo as well. So because I am mostly anonymous, but everybody knows the mask, everybody knows the character, so I like having that together. So the people know, okay, this is me.
So
Even if I don't show my face on camera on stream, they can still, when I'm out and about, they can still come give me some hugs and come say hello. I love
have a
interacting
conversation.
with people, and yeah, getting to know everybody in the community and meeting my friends that I've made along the way. So it's just really awesome.
Yeah, it's quite an overwhelming thing, you know, like well, not overwhelming, but like overwhelming in a good way. So like I know when I went to Comic Con as well, like it was very nice to put a name, a face to the name a lot of the times, because it was quite like you talk to someone every day and then you're like, oh, they're probably in your mind you make like an image like, oh, they're probably like this short guy with white hair and green eyes, and you meet them and they're
And
like
then
a
it's completely
giant.
different.
Yeah, it was very it's a very, I don't want to say interesting, but it's a very different way of meeting people. Because I mean, if you think about like just meeting people on social media, it comes down to the same thing. Like there's always a photo there, but on Twitch, everyone has anonymity if they're just hiding behind a name, and which is one of the great things about Twitch, but also one of the worst things about Twitch is that everyone could just be anonymous essentially.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. So I like to, because all of my stuff you can go, you know, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. I don't post pictures of myself. I do have some with my mask and all of that on Instagram, but that also, you know, goes hand in hand with the staying anonymous kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I can still go out and meet my community at events and stuff like that. And as time goes along, you know, more and more people will know what I look like. But for those that don't, I will still be anonymous.
Yeah, you're still just yourself, and
I like having that.
and I can respect that. It's very, it's very difficult to stay anonymous these days. Like everywhere, people can pretty much pull any data on you anywhere at any time. And yeah, I was about to actually ask that. Zash just hit the question. Like, isn't staying anonymous a lot of fucking work?
It is a little bit, but not as much as you would think, though.
I think maybe once your footprint becomes big on the internet, it might become a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, it starts getting a little bit more difficult if you start getting on the stage of 20,000 or 50,000, you know, along there. But that's that's quite a way away, so I don't think that's too much of a concern.
So wait,
for the time.
Now that I think about it, so what has been your weirdest fan interaction then? I like, what has been your weirdest one? Because you must have, like, especially because like the fact that you are, you know, you're a VTuber or whichever, like there must have been like some interaction that was maybe not weird, but like kind of you know, that was, you know, a bit weird or a bit different or.
I wouldn't say fantasy per se. I've just had, you know, especially because, you know, when you have streaming and you have all that, you put yourself out there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think as well, I've had some experiences with, because you don't know truly what people's intentions always are online.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've had some people that come and they, you know, they seem pretty nice on the outside, and then as we went along, I found that this person was not what they seemed to be. Because I thought about it at one point to actually have like a redemption on my channel, to have like a face cam, but I found that actually, I don't know, it brought a whole different side of the internet, which I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it more for me to go and say, okay, no, I would rather stay anonymous for, you know, for myself.
I mean, that also ruins the whole thing.
Safe.
That also ruins the whole point of like being anonymous, right? If you have like the face cam thing, and then people just start getting personal, because you're gonna have people that are gonna be like, oh, just keep on your face cam all the time, or you're gonna be like, oh, we rather just want to see your VTuber, and that just creates a whole bunch of different fucking, like, that might attract the wrong people essentially, but it also might attract good people. But you can get wrong people from both fucking sides of the spectrum. You get the people who want to see your camera, and you get people who want to see your VTuber, and then it's like a whole fucking war. And like, okay, I can kind of see how that is something you wouldn't want to attract. But so it's just, for me, like I said, I can definitely, not definitely, but like the fact that you went to Comic Con as yourself with your mask, I think that's fucking sick. That's really, really cool. And being featured, obviously, that was fucking great. I remember you guys had a nice little panel at StreamerCon, which was really, really
Yeah,
sick.
we did.
The StreamerCon panels were really, really cool. I'm very excited to see, hopefully, if there's stuff this year at Cape Town. I haven't heard anything yet, and I've been putting my feelers out, so I'm quite excited for that. Just a quick little shout out to Aragon. Thank you very much for the Prime sub, dude. 32 months, very, very nice. So we've gone full circle now. We got where it started, where it's going. What would you say is your like? Okay, let me ask you this first. Do you have a full like a day job, like a full-time thing, or is content your full-time thing, or what do you do in your non-streaming time?
Okay, so I had just actually recently I got a new job.
Congratulations.
That was quite an amazing opportunity because I've been looking for a while. But in the time that I was doing freelance work and spent the rest of my time all in content creation.
Okay.
But now I've gone from that going into a full-time job, so I go from 8 to 5.
Okay.
Working in finance.
Ooh, damn, that's pretty fucking sick. That's
Yes.
that's a lot different than content creation.
Yes, I'm a financial assistant. So I work a lot with numbers every day, which is it's been quite a experience because it's completely different from what I started with. I had essentially started in architecture.
Ooh, Jesus.
So I was a designer,
Fuck,
designing
what have you not
designing
been, bro?
houses, designing houses and shops and things like that. But essentially there was a massive crash in the market, which made me go and pursue other directions and things like that. So yeah, so I never stop when one door closes. Because I also essentially, when I saw architecture was starting to take a bit of a dive, that's when I started doing YouTube and doing the Twitch and everything like that. Because I thought that this looked like a fun hobby, and it's something that I can maybe try to do as well. Then maybe if it gets a bit bigger, then I could go into that for full-time job, because I had learned how to work with Photoshop. I had learned how to do video editing because I used to shoot videos for homes and things like that in architecture.
That's awesome.
And I used to work a lot in, dressing up everything in Photoshop. So I have all that background that I could actually essentially go and use to go into content creation. And gaming was a big passion of mine. So all the years since I was little, I never stopped. Because I started on the PlayStation 1 and I went all the way through.
Let's go.
Playing games like Crash Bandicoot, playing Spyro, playing the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on PlayStation 1,
right
those kind
in the
of things.
nostalgia. Right in the
Yeah,
nostalgia. Dude,
so-
same. I've been there. We all started there, dude. I fucking loved my PlayStation 1, dude. I won my first PlayStation 1 through a Smarties competition with Spur.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's
Won a
awesome.
PlayStation 1, dude. Literally the next day, my mom took it to Cape Town to get it like chipped, when you can still like get your copied games, and like it wasn't frowned upon. There was literally like stores like that sold full on copyrighted
stores, right?
Dude, it is, what the fuck? What a full swing.
The markets that had all the shops and with all the games,
Yeah.
and you can get anything and everything you can think about.
Buy a brand new game for like 25 Rand, and in the store it's like
Yes.
70 Rand, and my mom's like, there's no fucking shot I'm paying 70 Rand for a game. We're gonna go
pay
buy
20
the
bucks at
copied.
the-
Yep. And then it all worked. There was never like it's not like you needed an extra
Yeah, no
disc. There was never an
problems. Like, you
issue.
were sorted.
They just somehow found that. So if you work in finances, I guess you get this question a lot. How do I make more money? How can I make more money?
Well, it's not that kind of finance. I make sure that the books balance. Essentially, I do a lot
okay.
of quotations.
So you're probably good with
and
taxes.
purchase orders and things like that. So yeah, I work a lot with taxes,
Ooh.
purchase orders, all that kind of thing.
I paid
So
my
it's not
taxes.
the finance you think about. It's the other side of finance. The more
Finance is kind of like IT. Like when, like like if there's a
Yeah.
party at a braai or something, right? And there's someone that's in IT, and he talks to like someone like me, maybe like, okay, let's say I'm completely fucking stupid and I work in a retail shop, right? And this guy's talking to me and I ask him like, what do you do? And he's like, there's no fucking shot this guy's can understand what I tell him if I tell him I am a C+ software dev. So what's he gonna say? I'm in IT. So you just did the same and that's fine. Like you probably do like financial marketing strategy version 2.3, but you're like, Henrico's never gonna understand that. So what I'm gonna say, I work in finance. It's such a because it's such a broad spectrum of there's so much, there's so many things it could be.
About it when you when you said now it branches out so much. So you can go and, like you said, you can do the whole marketing thing and say, oh, this you're gonna use the financial strategy to in the stock market kind of thing, you know. Yeah. But that's not what I do. I do more making sure everything balances the way it's supposed to and have. Yeah, and one of those things that I mentioned.
I paid my taxes in January, and I'm still a little bit sad. I'm still a little bit sad. We got a question here for you, in chat from none other than Johnny. Is it Johnny Wolfie? I hope I said it right. He says, "I have a question for Respawn. If you were to be invited to Comic-Con Cape Town, would you go, and how would you use this opportunity?" Damn, this man is going straight for the throat.
Yes, heck yes. No, if I had the opportunity to be on the guest panel again for Comic-Con, and this time in Cape Town, I've never been to Cape Town.
Oh, you should come here. It's way fucking better than Joburg, dude.
I would absolutely love to have the opportunity to go over there. I know plane tickets are expensive.
So we've heard.
But I would absolutely love to have the opportunity to go to Cape Town and be on a panel again. I absolutely loved being on the panel last year at Comic-Con. It was absolutely fantastic. Yeah, to be...
No, sorry, go ahead. I interrupted, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. To be alongside creators that I looked up to, because I knew some of the creators that were on the panel with me. So I was very excited to be able to hang out with them and for all of us to talk about our journeys and how we got started and how we ended up being where we are, you know. And that was just amazing because we got to meet some of our community members in the crowd and interact with them, you know, person to person, and just all hang out as friends. You know, the people that you met everywhere in the communities, you were able to see them now and talk to them and make a more personal connection, I guess I could say.
Yeah, put a face to the name.
Yeah,
put a face to the name.
Like we were talking about earlier.
One of the main things I mentioned from or after StreamerCon, they sent out the surveys and everything, and one of the main things I mentioned was that they need to definitely do more panels. And not have it be inclusive for everyone, not just like specific groups. Like we had the VTubers, then we had like pretty much the Twitch partners, right? Yeah. There was nothing for like, let's say for example, like maybe an FPS genre or variety genre or whatever the hell, right?
Oh yes, yes.
So that's like one of the main things. So I'm hoping this year at Comic-Con Cape Town, they put a little bit, they give more people the opportunity to do exactly what you just said, to be able to like meet with the communities, because I think if people get invited onto panels, that might give them a little bit more of a motivation, maybe to like actually go, and especially if it's maybe like a long trip or something, to give themselves a little bit of I don't want to say ego boost, but I mean it's a pretty good feeling if you get invited on one of those. Like it's a nice feeling. Like it makes you feel like you have made a change that people want to learn from you or see what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love that, and it was definitely. I was definitely nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Who wouldn't be?
Because I didn't do well with public speaking. I mean, it's completely different compared to what you do on stream every day. You know, you can be comfortable talking to 50, 100 people on stream, but put them in a room and they're all looking at you. It's a whole different experience, a whole different feeling. So my nerves were definitely there. There were quite a few people that were in the audience sitting there and just listening to the panels, and it was chaotic, but I absolutely loved it.
It's a nice experience.
It was a lot of fun.
Nice experience and a nice learning experience, I would say as well.
It definitely was.
Because like you said, it's much different than like I know I've been rated, for example, and then I have like 300 viewers, and I'm pretty sure if 300 people all of a sudden came into my room, I would act a lot different than compared to like 300 people in my chat. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I guess I'm not. I wasn't. I tried to put on my I'm not so shy pants, but obviously there were moments definitely, when people come up and they want to talk to you, and then, it's kind of like, it's weird to say, but that person is just as shy as you probably. So now I always try to like make it less uncomfortable for them by just being the person that talks. And I'm very, I say a fucking thing as it is, right? So I would try to immediately, bridge the gap between, viewer meeting streamer, where I just show them like, hey, listen, I'm exactly the same in person as I am on stream. So, and I think that helped a lot of people. Yes, Lightning Ninja did grab my ass. You did grab my ass, and I was very, very shy. Very,
Oh
very
my
shy.
God.
But it was a great
I just
event, nonetheless.
imagine.
Lightning was
Yeah.
me and my manager, or me and Zassy's child for the weekend.
Oh,
He
shit.
kind of just, he pitched up there, and I was like, who the fuck is this scruffy, short little kid? And it was him. And he literally, like all
my
weekend, we just dragged him with us wherever we went.
It's everywhere.
But it's
Oh,
good.
that's
It's
brilliant.
like having a little chauffeur. Like every now and then, I'm like, hey, can you just hold my phone real quick? And then he's like, yeah, sure.
Oh, shit.
It was very, but he's a good kid. And he was nice hanging out with him.
Oh, bless.
I'm really hoping that Comic Con Cape Town is I think personally it's not going to be. It's going to be big, but it's not going to be as big as a StreamerCon Joburg. And the only reason I say that is because I feel like a lot more streamers are in Joburg. Like we have, like,
Oh, yeah.
let's be honest, dude. The cool kids are in Cape Town, all right? That's why the cool Cape Town's the cool crowd. Jokes, of course, but there's a lot more streamers in Joburg compared to Cape Town, and not everyone has the financial ways to to come down to Cape Town. Obviously, I hope that fucking as much people as possible come. But like,
Yeah, we'd be able to come over.
exactly, because I mean, I know that there's going to be a Comic Con Joburg again, and I'm really this year. I really want to go again, but I want to go.
They released the dates.
Yeah, I want to go as a, like, I want it to be a sponsored thing. Like I'm putting out my feelers for sponsors and stuff. I mean, I have Logitech, we have Red Bull, we have everything that the people that I am partnered with. But I legitimately want Comic Con Cape Town just to be. I want it to be more inclusive, like I said, for everyone, in the sense of like, I want not people shouldn't have to be in a specific groupie type of thing in order to be on a panel, for example, right? Like if you have like if you have one viewer, that's fine. If you're still a streamer, there's maybe like some person that wants to meet you. Like still give people the opportunity to be on a panel and talk. And that's something that I was very vocal about when they sent out those surveys. And that's not a bad thing. Obviously, it was the first StreamerCon. I'm talking about StreamerCon specifically.
Yeah,
That's
they were
obviously
trying
the first.
to like test
get
it
the
out and
feelers.
see how,
Exactly.
to see how, because I know they said it was a first time experience and it's all very new for them as much as it was for us.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a great expansion. It has so much potential to be something so big.
Yeah.
That can make such a big change. And
was-
I love it.
It was when me and Zassi arrived. I was like, I've told the story so many times. But when me and Zassi arrived, we got to like the security. I'm like, fuck, bro. What if like no one recognized me or cares who I am?
Oh no.
And then he's like, no, man, you'll be fine. And I'm like being pedantic. Like, I'm genuinely like, fuck, this is like, so, dude, we just got past those fucking cars at the gate.
Yeah.
First people started talking. And it was literally the same conversation for like an hour and a half to get inside of the building. So then I was like, dude, let's go to StreamerCon. Surely there'll be less people. Jesus Christ. I get there. There's just streamers and viewers everywhere. And who's the first person that sees us? Rusty Pie Lover. And he literally runs just like, hold up. I need to introduce you to everyone. And there's just fucking people everywhere. Now, again, same conversation, but it was so nice. I absolutely loved it. Speaking of, I can see Geordie is in chat as well. She was also there. So many people, and it was such a fucking nice experience. So I'm really hoping that Comic Con Cape Town will be. I really hope that Comic Con Cape Town will be great. And that's only in like what, like 2 months. That's gonna be in like 2 months. And then,
they said it's now in April, the Comic Con Africa.
April.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's next month. Holy shit. Yeah, I put some feelers
around
out
the
as well
corner.
for some sponsorships and stuff, and I'm really keen to work with Comic Con this year and make something nice for the people, especially for people who might not be able to attend, to kind of make them feel. That they're kind of in the scene as well, and I know that there's going to be maybe some like again some FPS events and like I'm an FPS fan, like I live for the Counter Strikes and the Valorant, and I know there's something in the works again, so I'm very excited to be part of those events and have my little bit of influence on it.
Yeah, have some tournaments going for Call of Duty and for Fortnite and all those kind of games,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, essentially all the FPS gamers. I don't know if they'll do Call of Duty though. I don't know. I feel like the Call of Duty scene in our country is like if you don't play on console, then you're just not good. So I don't know. I don't know if there is going to be Call of Duty. I would love to
Tell
see
them
that. But
to get good.
yeah, dude, we all know that the keyboard and mouse is superior. So you play
Yes,
a lot
hands
of
down.
Genshin, right? You're quite the Genshin fan.
Yes, Genshin's my addiction. Ever since my friends introduced me to it, I have not put the game down.
Okay.
I played all the way to the highest rank in the game. So I'm all the way to AR 60,
Okay.
and I absolutely have so much love for the game and the way that they have expanded over the years. Because I think the game I've been playing now for about 2 years now, plus minus. And the game came out, I think, about 2.5, 3 years ago. So to see how much they have grown and how much they have added into the game, because every so often, there's a new update, there's a map expansion, there's new characters, there's new lore, and there's so much that they have expanded on. So it's something that can never. Well, for me personally, it's something that I can never get bored of. I
Oh,
love
same amount.
sharing the stories with my community, with my friends. You know, we get excited about the characters that we want to pull for, and it's just something that we can all share. You know.
No. No, but it's an MMO. That's why the expansions are very nice. So I'm going to ask you a question, and this is very important to me.
Yeah.
So if you ruin this, we're never going to be friends again. I'm be very mad at you. What do you think about World of Warcraft?
Oh, I love World of Warcraft. I used to play it quite a bit back in the day.
Nice. I can see why you
All the
like
way
Genshin now.
from the Wrath of the Lich King and all those
Let's
expansions that
go.
they had
Best
on World of
expansion.
Warcraft.
Yep, no.
Yeah.
Best one.
And no, it was really awesome because I loved how expansive the world was. There's so much to see and explore. And I used to do the Death Knights quite a bit and the Elven Rays. I
Okay.
absolutely love the elves in World of Warcraft. They're some of my favorites to play, along with the Worgans. The Worgans are so
Worgans are
good. I
nice.
love them.
Worgans.
So
Worgans are alliance. I don't even think I have a max leveled Worgan. I don't even think so. But they were
do you?
they were quite a nice added. But like I don't play alliance. I ain't no bitch.
Oh, you play. Yeah. Oh, you play for the other side.
I'm
Okay.
a
Okay,
horde.
Henry. I see
How
you.
could you not
Yeah.
be a horde? Have you seen
No,
Blood Elves?
I'm
The hottest.
Alliance. I'm
Lame,
Alliance all the way.
lame chat. You see this? Got an alliance person. So, saying for the alliance, that's like it's lame, but for the horde, like how fucking cool does that sound, dude?
For the horde. No, I love the areas for the alliance. They're very pretty.
My favorite questing zone is Alvin Forest, which is like the starter zone for humans. It's
Oh
so fucking.
yes.
I would literally, whenever I'm like, when I'm not streaming and I'm like so fucking bored of my mind, I will make a brand new character and it'll
Just to
make
go
a
play.
human in Alvin Forest. I would turn off all the game sounds. I just want to hear the soundtrack of Alvin Forest. It's so beautiful, dude. So beautiful.
No, it's
love it.
definitely one of my favorite areas. And then there's this other area. It's a big floating city
Dalaran.
in World of Warcraft. Yes,
Yeah, Dalaran.
I think it's Valorant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's definitely one of my favorite places to go visit. You know, when I'm just out exploring, and I feel like that place is my home in World of Warcraft. That's definitely my area
But there have
that I
been
love
days
to
you stayed there.
frequent.
No.
Yeah. And then you can get the most interesting recipes and things from there as well. And you have the little pet shops, and it's all these beautiful colors and scenery, and that's my place.
That's definitely
my
Wild's Peak
go-to.
for me as well. Wrath of the Lich King, where Dalaran is into, is definitely Wild's Peak for me. So do you still play it all or not really?
I haven't really since Genshin took over.
Okay, fair enough. If you have your addiction, everybody has their cocaine, dude. So
Yeah, no, so I do dabble a bit in teamfight tactics on League of Legends. I don't really play normal League of Legends. I used to play a little bit and I did some ARAM, but the community for me personally was very salty, it's very toxic.
oh, yeah, that's
So it
League.
doesn't
That's
it
just League.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, so every time you would go on, you're just trying to enjoy the game. You can't really because everybody's always fussing or moaning about something, and after a while, it's just like, no,
It's
I'm sorry,
easy.
I can't.
Either invite friends and then, or if you don't invite, I just mute everyone. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm very affected by like what other people would say, like especially if I'm playing against someone or if I'm playing with someone that's like just maybe just a slight bit annoying because it gets to me. Like it actually, like, I want to tell you you're so fucking stupid. Like I want to tell people that, and it would get to me and it would like ruin my mood. Now I couldn't
Yeah,
care
you
less.
don't.
If someone can say hello the wrong way and I'll be like, muted, bye. I just don't care. I just don't care. Like I'm not gonna ruin my game because you want to be a cunt. So
Yeah,
that's
no.
just.
So I moved away from
But I
that,
see
but
that.
I found team fight tactics, which is auto chess. For
Yeah,
those of you guys
I
that
could
don't know,
never understand, never understood, never.
um,
I can play Hearthstone. Like, I'm pretty good at Hearthstone,
oh
bro.
yes, I've seen that. Yeah, I still want to try Hearthstone to see how it is. It looks pretty cool.
It's very pay to win. Very, very pay to win.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
if you don't, I mean, you can make a pretty fucking sick deck out of the cards they give you, but like, if you don't
But
spend,
still,
if you don't spend money on decks to open, like it takes you
yeah.
20 years to get like the good cards, as opposed
Oh,
to
I
where
hate
someone who just
that.
farms. Yeah, you have to buy some cards in expansion packs. So, but it's always nice it's always nice to like sometimes just play with a friend. I still have my original vanilla Paladin deck when the game
Oh
launched.
yeah.
And I have not once changed that deck. And whenever me and my friends play, they always fucking destroy me. They kill me like in 2 rounds because I have nothing to counter their decks.
Yeah, because they have
No, they have like the god
the
cards and like,
fancy build ones.
yep,
Yeah, the
god
fancy
cards
built
with like
ones.
cool fucking like animations around it. Like, bro,
Sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh.
I just want to play some. I just want to play some cards. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. That's the only good anime ever made. Just making people upset, by the way, saying that.
Cough, cough.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh also great. Dude, I fucking loved Yu-Gi-Oh. When I
Oh,
was
it
like
was so
grade
good.
grade 2 and 3. We had this kid in our school.
Damn.
He was like very very wealthy, and he just got whatever the fuck he wanted. And
Honestly, he had everything.
he had everything. So I had a Joey deck. Joey
Oh,
was my boy.
brilliant.
I had the original Joey deck. I still remember my mom paid 150 rand for it, and she was very upset with me that it was that expensive. And then this kid comes to school, and he has every deck. And he bought a bunch of booster
Oh,
packs, and he got all 3 god cards: Obelisk,
damn.
Winged
Okay.
Dragon, and Cypher. He
Yeah.
had all of them, and the originals. Like I'm talking the original Yu-Gi-Oh with like the little fucking
Jeez.
golden thing in the bottom,
Oh, you
everything.
know how rare those are these
Yeah, yeah.
days.
No, we talked about it the other day. Like, if I kept my fucking cards, I would have retired by now, dude. Like, you can sell like a Blue Eyes White Dragon, like the shiny one. If you have a good
Yeah.
condition, they go for like $10,000. People
Are you
pay for that shit. Yeah,
serious?
it's insane.
Okay, I don't have a shiny one, but I do have an original Blue Eyes White Dragon, though.
You can sell those on eBay, dude. People buy them. But yeah, this kid had all 3 god cards, and I was like being super like I was a master. I was good at dueling, dude. I felt like I could take anyone.
Yeah.
So this kid is like, I
Okay.
tell him like, hey, bro, I'll put up my whole deck for one of your god cards, like, play for it. And he's like, yeah, man, but he just has everything. He's fucking dumb. He doesn't know how to play the game. And I absolutely rinse him, and I win his Obelisk. And
Oh, let's
he's
go.
very upset about this, and he's like, no, again. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'll put up my whole deck and your Obelisk for your Wing Dragon. Go again, fucking rinse him. Homie doesn't even know what trap cards are. Rinse him,
Oh,
take
no,
his.
you got wrecked.
And then he wants to go again for the 3rd time. So I tell him like, I'm going to take all your god cards, bro. And I go for a Cypher and I win, whatever. 2 days go by, get called into the principal's office. I'm like, okay, go to the principal's office.
happened?
Homie told
Yeah.
his parents that I took the cards. But
What?
we dueled for it, motherfucker. Like, we actually dueled for it. And I had to give him back, dude.
No.
I was so sad.
Oh,
I was so
and
sad,
after you
dude.
work so hard.
My 8-year-old heart was broken, dude. I had like the
Okay.
originals. So cool. My mom still has a photo of me somewhere holding my 3 god cards, and I'm like, I'm so
Oh,
fucking cool.
damn. Shame.
I had to give them back.
Oh,
Had to give
that's
them
really
back.
sweet.
No,
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
no, kids are
I hate
very
kids.
finicky.
I hate kids so much. Oh god, I hate children. I've just never been a fan. Never been a fan. But what's the other? Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is also like the one good one.
Oh my gosh,
those are the
yeah.
only 2 I know because they're the only 2 mainstream ones. So I always make
Yeah.
people very upset by saying that there's only 2 good animes. But like
Oof.
people have been telling me that I should maybe try and get into it. I know there's that League of Legends one, the Arcana, I think is what it's called. or
Oh,
Arcane,
that
Arcana, whichever.
Arcane on the League of Legends, yes, on Netflix was
Yeah,
insane.
everyone
I
said it's
would
really
highly
good.
recommend. It was the animation is off the charts. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I would definitely recommend it. It's such a unique art style. And the thing is, you don't need to know anything about League of Legends to enjoy the show. You can just go and enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, I wish they would make
So I would
a.
definitely.
I wish they'd make an anime on Valorant. I feel like because I mean, obviously FPS games
I
is
think that
my.
would be.
That would be so cool if they added like a lore story to the whole Valorant thing. You know, like people shooting and like the spike and
Yeah.
I think it'd be so cool. 'Cause every time Valorant does like a new act or like a new agent or whatever, they add like lore and they make these fucking sick animations. Or cinematics at least, and I'm always super keen to watch them. And I always think they're just that's like a movie. It's like a 2-3 minute movie. It's like so fucking gripping.
No, I love how much effort they can actually put into games like that. I mean, if you look at Overwatch, the skins that they have for the characters and the lore that they put in behind, it's just I wish it wouldn't be as salty as it was. But it is still a lot of fun. It's not as bad as half of the communities that I have seen. It's still mild compared to, like, for example, for League that we were talking about earlier. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I think any
I would
competitive
definitely
game,
say,
any competitive
yeah,
game, there's going to be
any.
saltiness or
Oh
toxicity.
my
Is that it's
gosh.
always going to be there. It's something that's not going to. Sometimes you just have to embrace it. I
Yeah,
personally have learned to
yeah,
embrace
that's
it.
true.
Yes, it sucks a lot of time. Like sometimes you're like, I'm not in the mood for this, but you
Yeah.
kind of just have to embrace it because it's as soon as something becomes competitive, there's going to be some toxicity
No,
or saltiness,
it, it,
definitely.
it definitely is. No, because I did dab a little bit in competitive Overwatch. I tried playing a little bit with a tank and a healer. Healers are a little better off in competitive than main tanks are. Because everybody just says, yeah, no, it's the tank's fault that the game's lost kind of thing. But then nobody's out just supporting or healing
The
the
tag, yeah.
tank. And a tank can become so squishy so quickly if there's no support.
Yeah, if everyone is
But then, of
focusing
course,
on.
it's your fault.
Yeah. Who's the guy with the
I
bow and
never
arrow?
understood that.
Who's the guy with the bow and arrow?
What's his name now? I know which one you're talking
Is it
about, but
Hanzo?
I think it's Hanzo. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a mean Hanzo. I actually, there was a charity initiative a while ago for Shaz, the Kidney for Shaz initiative, and then Overwatch South Africa contacted me and they're like, hey,
Oh, yes, I
do
remember
you,
that.
yeah, do you wanna come support the event or whatever? We need you to play Overwatch. I'm like, well, I don't know how to fucking play Overwatch, and I played that guy. We fucking won the whole thing. We literally
Oh,
lost.
let's go.
We lost like 2 maps. And then the team who was in the finals with us, apparently they dumpster fired the kids. Like they didn't lose
Oh
a
my
single
gosh.
game. So we were like, this is over. We lost. There's no fucking shot. Bro, we 3-0'd
Yeah.
them. They didn't even have a chance.
Damn. Okay, let's go.
Popped off. We had sick healers, I think we had like a solo healer. Like he literally solo healed. And apparently we were supposed to
Damn.
have 2 healers, but he solo healed. I jumped onto
Okay.
Hanzo. We had like sick tanks, and we literally fucking wiped the floor with them. It was
No, that's
so easy.
awesome.
But I can't play that game for too long. I get over it so fast.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. Like after a couple of games, you're just like, okay, I need to move over to something else.
It's my issue is I'm a CS:GO Andy. That's my problem.
Yeah, I'm not a big CS:GO person. If
You
I
played
do
it?
play any FPS games, I do play. I play Fortnite.
Okay.
That's definitely one of my top games to play. And then I do enjoy a lot of zombie games and things like that. So 7 Days to Die, Left 4 Dead,
DayZ?
those kind of games. DayZ, oh, it's so those are all so good.
You like DayZ?
So I do.
Dude,
I
I'm the
play
fucking
all
biggest
of
DayZ
them.
fan.
So,
I am the biggest DayZ fan. I could talk to you about DayZ for hours. Have you ever streamed DayZ?
So, no, I haven't. My PC is not that powerful, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I have played like quite a few zombie titles over the years. We just also started Dying Light 2 as well. We finished the first one, which was that was scary because there's zombies in the evenings. You don't want to go out at night. Have you played Dying Light?
I've played the first
First
one for
one.
like 20 minutes, but
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of people play it. And yeah, the sounds and
Damn,
shit is not, it's not,
We finished the game and it was it was scary. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of running for your life, definitely. And Dying Light 2, they took that and they doubled the scare factor.
Made it even more scary.
It's even more scary. And usually I love my zombie games, but that will give you nightmares some days.
Did you
And it's not like
did you play Sons of the Forest? The new one that came out
as
now?
of no, not yet,
Okay.
not as of yet.
Okay, it came out recently. Me and Lightning actually finished it, but the same thing. Like during the day, it's
Oh,
like it's
nice.
fine, it's easy. It's like you
Yeah.
can just kill stuff, and then the moment nighttime hits, like the zombies, like well, not zombies, the cannibals and the monsters, like triple. Like it becomes so much worse. And it's one of those games when it's nighttime, like it's actually fucking nighttime. You can't see shit. Like it's just a black screen, and then you see the sky, unless you have like a torch or a light or something.
Yes. It's exactly like that in Dying Light. And you just have your little flashlight, and then the way the Dying Light works is that everybody's infected with like the zombie virus, and you have to go into the neon lights in order to just how would I say tone down your symptoms a bit, you know?
Okay, like
and if you don't find that, then you go into like a frenzy, and you get closer and closer to turning into like a full-fledged zombie kind of thing.
and I guess if you do, you die, or like is that game over?
Yeah, it's game over.
Oh, okay.
So you have to remember that in the second one now. You have to watch out for the zombies trying to hunt you down in the evenings, and you have to keep to the rooftops even during the day, because you have acid spitters. You have these massive chunky big zombies that come at you with like these giant hammers, and they come and just smash your skull in kind of thing. And then you have the fast little runners that just all of a sudden they're just there in your face. So that definitely it has that scare factor. The last thing you want to do when you're doing parkour over the buildings to get to your next location for your mission is to fall down into onto the roads, you know.
Into the pit where all the other zombies might be waiting for you, all the monsters, I guess. I really struggled to play single player games, and like even like that game, because it's technically you can play with a friend. It's just I think I'm so used to playing online games, like multiplayer competitive games, I guess, in a sense of like I really struggle with those. So I've been trying to like do some single player games every now and then, to get a bit out of my comfort zone, and I've been quite enjoying it. I did a thing yesterday called 10 Dates. Goodbye, RespawnedKitty. I did a thing called 10 Dates, where you pretty much it's like a video game. Like you make decisions, and there's like a bunch of pre-recorded video scenes and stuff.
Oh,
and,
nice.
You have to like make decisions, and like that way you can score a date with either a chick or a guy. And like
okay.
But my single player games usually go back to the classics. Like I will replay old single player games, like the original God of War 1 and 2s from my PlayStation 2 and stuff like that.
Yes.
But maybe I should give Dying Light a try again. That might be fun. If I can find a friend to play it with, I think it might be fun.
Yeah, no, the co-op in Dying Light is really great. In the second game, there's just a small part that you have to play in the beginning, and then you're able to play co-op. But I remember I was talking about this on stream the other day, when I first started playing Dying Light, and there was this part where you had limited space, and you had to go through this pitch black tunnel and just sneak around all the zombies, because there were like 20-30 zombies in the immediate vicinity or wherever you walked, and you just had to go and sneak by them. And the first time I didn't see that there were actually like buses and things that you can climb on, so I just double timed it. I ran through all of these zombies, just running for my life. I didn't care if because they were like hunched over and just growling, and they made all these funny sounds, and I just booked it. I just said, no, it's pitch black. I didn't have my torch yet. It's just me, and I have to run and get to the other side. And I was like, oh my gosh, you just hear them growling as I just walk past them, and they're coming for me. And then my game crashed.
Yeah, do it again.
And then I lost that progress, and I had to do it again. I was like, oh my word, no.
I always do the same. I'll just go book it again, dude. I would just run through it again.
And then the second time I saw, oh, okay, I can actually go and climb on top of the bus, so I quickly just,
Oh, that
and
was a
then
lot
off I
easier.
went. Yeah, a lot easier. So I was like, okay, shoot, I made it out alive. But the zombies, they just come from any and every angle, coming after you. It's scary some days,
I
but it's
really,
a lot of fun.
I enjoy scary games every now and then as well. They're not as bad for me. The thing that fucks me up in scary games is the ambience. Ambient noises, ambient sounds, music
Yes,
and stuff like that. Like I can
it
take a dark
adds
room.
to.
Yeah, a dark room is like it's not that bad to me, but like ambience, dude. Like if there's all of a sudden there was thunder the entire time and all of a sudden that thunder goes quiet and there's nothing, then I'm like, what the that means something's
What's
about to
gonna
happen.
happen?
Something's
Yeah.
about like that always ruins it for me. I want to throw it over to Twitch chat. If they have any questions, if you guys have any questions, please do post them down below, and we'll get to all of them. I promise, because I also have 2 questions for you. These are little things that I set up essentially for to just towards the closing of the podcast and everything, just to have a little bit of a deep thought, because I like deep conversations. Like I'm one of those
Yeah.
3 a.m. talk person with a brandy and a cigarette in the hand. Like
Oh,
that's
nice.
my type of vibe. So I really like this. So if there's any questions in chat, please do post them below, and I will start with mine. So I have 2 questions. The first one is a question directly from me. This is one I ask every guest. I like to ask every
Okay.
guest this question. It's a nice one. So I hope you're ready. It goes, when people look at you, what do you think they see?
That is actually a very interesting question.
And you can take this
I
technically in 2 ways, because I mean you can look at this in the sense of like your VTuber,
Yeah.
and you can take this as a person. I mean, obviously, none of us know what you look like. Right? We don't know what you do or how you are in person. But I would love to get this perspective from both ends here, because I mean, like I said, you have your VTuber personality. So let's say, for example, when you went Comic-Con wearing your mask, right? Like, what do you think
Yeah.
people saw? And when you're going to Checkers and grabbing milk and bread, what do you think people see?
That's actually very interesting, I must say, because at Comic Con I didn't have my mask all the time, but I know that a lot of people thought that was quite something out of the ordinary, because usually you would either just have your VTuber be on the screen, or you would just have the person, but not somebody that's really dressed up in a mask as much. So that was, I think that people saw that as something different, something unique.
Okay.
And as for myself compared to my character, I feel like I put a lot of myself into the character. I don't really have much of a full persona built on Kitty. What you see and what you hear is who I am. It's me. It's a projection of me.
Okay. Good
So
answer.
she is a lot more hyper, I guess I would say, because you wanna have those good vibes. You wanna get all the hypes going, kind of thing.
No.
So a lot more on the go, a lot more active, I guess. But in real life, I'm a lot more reserved. I'm a lot more of a shy and quiet person.
Yeah.
But on stream, I'm a lot more expressive and a lot more outgoing, I guess I could say. And then when I'm myself, I'm more introverted.
And that's one of the cool things about streaming as well, is you can be a lot more expressive, because some people in person are, they are way more shy, for example. So I think one of the cool things about streaming, definitely, is that you can be so much more, and you can be such a you can play your character essentially, which what you are doing. And
Yeah.
for people who might be a little more introverted, this it could be a good stepping stone for them to maybe even in person become a little bit more extravagant and everything.
Yeah, no, it's definitely helped. I would say streaming has helped me connect a lot better with people, because I used to be a lot more shy than what I currently am. And it's helped me open up a little bit more and be more expressive and be a bit more outgoing,
Yeah. That's one of the cool. That's one of the beauties of streaming. We can do that.
Yeah.
So the next question I have for you. So every week so far, we have a question, and then the guest leaves a question. So the
Okay.
previous guest, which was Luca or Robo Hobo or the Red Bull guy, as a lot of people know him. So his question was, this is a good one. This is a controversial one.
Okay.
Greatest game of all time.
Ooh, that is a very hard decision. There are so many bangers out
You
there.
have to give. I already know my answer. Like my answer is easy, but yeah.
The greatest game ever, personally, for me. Let me think. I I am a very big Assassin's Creed person. I used to play from the very first Assassin's Creed all the way up to the new titles. I'm a few titles behind, but I absolutely adore the Assassin's Creed series, and all of them have been absolutely fantastic. I've had a deep love for that for the longest time, but I think if I had to go and choose one of my top ones, because Assassin's Creed definitely reaches top 5, but for my most, I would say Spyro. I absolutely love Spyro so much.
Not
I've
something.
had
Did not
something
expect
that,
that at all. Damn.
yeah, I absolutely adored Spyro ever since I picked it up on PlayStation 2. I couldn't put it down. They remastered Spyro, which I love so much. And that those games for me were just so good.
Great
And I
games.
think just that they really are. And just the nostalgia with that, um I would definitely say it's Spyro, and then because it's just so difficult to choose because I can't say
Gotta
this
pick
one is
one.
like,
You gotta pick
yeah,
one.
it's difficult because there's Spyro, there's Assassin's Creed, there's the Tomb Raider series, there's The Sims. Oh my gosh, The Sims. I can talk the whole day about it. There's so much you can do, and to see how far it has come from The Sims 1. I remember the very first Sims game. You would get The Sims in like those little in the magazines on the
Yep,
little
that's how
disc.
we got. Yep, that's how I got my first one as
And
well.
yeah, that's how we started, and the nostalgia for Sims as well is there. So it's really difficult, but I think out of those are definitely some of the top favorite ones.
You
But
gotta pick one. You have to.
let's see. If I had to pick one, because I have a lot of like, I must say, actually looking around, because I actually have like a couple of Spyro things here as well at home.
So you're definitely a
I
Spyro
have
fan.
like yeah, I'm a big Spyro fan. I have the little, I don't know if you've seen the Spyro that holds like the controllers and the phones and things like that.
I think I saw 3D
Um,
printed, but not the original. But yeah.
yeah, I have the original Spyro that holds my phones and stuff,
Oh yeah,
and
that's pretty sick.
it's so cute. I absolutely love it to bits, and I have like a whole bunch of little things for Spyro. So I think if I had to really sit and think about it and choose, I would say Spyro.
Okay, good answer.
I mean the gameplay, the story, the character,
And it's just
just the
fun.
nostalgia, everything of it. It's just such a nice, wholesome, fun game
Very very
to
fun.
to play and enjoy, and everybody can enjoy it.
Yeah, very very fun game. Have to agree with you on that one. Well, my
Yeah.
answer is pretty easy, and it's always the same. It'll always be this answer, and that's World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is the best game, without a doubt, because there's just again so much to do, and you can quite literally, especially in the current state of the game, you can progress from fucking start to finish over and over, and you can do all the. It's just yeah. WoW
And
will
there's
always
so
be
much. The
so much to do.
characters, the mounts, the lore, the locations that you go
Yeah,
to. It's beautiful.
exactly. You can explore the whole world. Now I need you to leave a question for the next guest for next year. So this can be anything. This can be, you can literally ask anything. We've had people who ask like super deep emotional shit, and you have people who ask, what's the best game? So now you have to give me a question for the next guest that I can write down. Surely you're gonna
Um,
leave us with a banger.
No pressure at all.
No
No
pressure. No
pressure.
pressure. No pressure.
Um. Yeah. No. I have to think about something now. I wonder. I wonder.
Okay. Well, we'll put you while you think about your question. Chat. I want to appreciate, or not appreciate. I want to thank everyone for watching tonight. All the new followers, I did see them all come through. Very, very much appreciated. If I can ask one of the mods to give a Respawn a nice little shout out there on Twitch, you guys can see her link tree is currently pinned on the chat. Please go give her all the love and all the support over on all her platforms, all her socials. Go give her a follow. Cost you nothing. Go give her a like. Go give her some love. You know, she can, I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy, especially if you're like very, very chill and very interactive community. This is the place for you, definitely the place for you. So please do give her all the love. And for everyone who's maybe new to my channel, if you want, you can do !mark socials. You can check out all my channels if you want. And yeah, just thank you very much for being here while we wait for Respawn to give us the best question ever.
Thank you so much, Henry. And let's see, because I'm trying to think now.
Honestly, it can be
I
anything.
wonder,
It doesn't even have to be deep. It can be something simple, like what's your favorite, whatever, like anything. First thing that comes to your mind.
I wonder if content creation had to go away, like all of this, what would you be doing?
Okay.
If all the streaming, YouTube, all of that just disappeared.
My next guess is not a content creator, but I think it'll still be funny to ask them this. If content creation were to go away,
if it just were to completely disappear, no Twitch, no YouTube, no social media, nothing.
What would you do?
What would you do?
That is a fucking good question. That is a good one. Oh, dude, and I know exactly what next guest is, and that's gonna be I think that's gonna be a good one. She's a very, very spicy and interesting young lady.
Spicy.
Yeah, very, very spicy and interesting young lady. Respawned,
Nice.
It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you tonight. I never thought, I'm gonna be honest, I never thought that I would be able to talk to a VTuber and learn more about it. And I can see the appeal you have to it, and I can see why people. I have a better understanding now. I have like a better understanding as to why people do it, and I think that's absolutely fucking amazing. So I really want to say thank you for your time, and thank you very much for doing this. It was so nice talking to you. Thank you for sharing me with your community as well. And yeah, just thank you so much for being a guest.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. No, this was really awesome. I love that you're doing stuff like this, and you know, it's very chill. You just sit and you chat and you have fun and you talk about anything and everything, and I absolutely love that. That's really awesome.
Yeah, why not?
Thank you again so much.
Having a nice open conversation
awesome
that's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to hear that. Having an open conversation with people is always something that I strive to really do with people and enjoy. And it's nice to get to see and to know the other side of people, because what's on the camera isn't always exactly what they want to be. Big shout out and a big thank you to everyone on Twitch chat watching, asking along, and interacting. You guys were absolutely amazing. One last time, please give RespawnedKitty all the love in the world. With that, I think that's a good way to call it. Unless there's anything, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to say? Please, the red carpet is yours. Go ahead and shout out whatever you want to ask. Say whatever you want to go crazy.
Yeah, no, what is everybody's plans for the weekend? What do you enjoy doing when you're not streaming? You know, what do you do outside of it?
I stress about not streaming. I have recently really learned that I need a hobby, because when I'm not streaming, I am thinking about streaming. I'm very, 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 very focused on the idea of doing better and growing bigger. And I've been really, really, when I say down bad, I don't mean the down bad in the sense of like the way it is these days. Like I've been really down bad. I feel like stream wise, like I just feel like everything has been going downhill and I have no control. It's almost like I feel like it's a bit out of control at this moment. Like, you know, I had my highs, and you're supposed to take these highs and make them bigger, but right now everything is just coming down like an avalanche, and I have no control over it. So recently, my hobby has quite literally been trying to find just something other to do than just worry about streaming all the time. And it's very, very difficult because especially if it's like your main moneymaker, like you have to focus on streaming, you have to focus on
Yes, no, of course.
making more. And there's a point where you get like there's okay, only so much you can do.
You can do.
The rest you kind of just have to hope that people come watch. And for example, like this is one of those things that I really enjoy this. Like I do this for me. The only reason I do it on stream is because I thought it could be a good little piece of filler content. But I know for a fact that I'm not going to get nearly my viewership that I would hope to get doing a podcast. Like people's brains these days can only take this much attention. Like after 30 seconds, not intrigued, they scroll, they go next. You know, like that's just the world we live in now.
That's the sad reality of it.
That's the world we live in now. So I've as a hobby currently, I've just been like trying to find different things to do. But I really do think I need to find something other than streaming, and I don't know what that is at this point. I've done like the whole health.
Oh yeah.
That became part of me. But that's not only now it's like just a lifestyle. Like now it's normal to me. So I don't know. I also like watching. I like watching Twitch. I like watching Twitch and supporting other streamers.
Just hanging out and
pretty much. So yeah, that's I guess that would be my hobby. My hobby is Twitch. My Twitch is Twitch, and my hobby is Twitch, and my hobby when I'm not twitching is also just thinking about Twitch.
Yeah, no, it definitely consumes you because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. Because it's making your schedule, setting everything up, making sure everything works. You're always adding something onto your channel, always looking for ways to improve, researching, adding filters or something fun or the next thing that you want to have, and posting content everywhere else like Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And it's consuming. It does take over in a sense.
People don't always see the other side of everything.
Yes, exactly, and it's difficult, but it's also something to remember to balance everything out at the end of the day. Because as much as we love it, we want to be able to also have our life and just also take some time to break away from that. So we can just rest and then bring our best selves back into stream again. Because you can get so burnt out from everything if you're not careful.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is burning out, and I don't know if I'm approaching it. I don't know, but I guess it's a very, very big fear of mine to burn out because there's no going around that. There's no going around burning out because like you have to just deal with it head on. But I have one off day a week, and that's my Mondays. And I don't really have an off day because Monday I have to do everything that I didn't do the rest of the week. So that's stuff like like admin and prepping content, and it's just it gets quite overwhelming.
So you just need one day that you can completely shut down.
Yeah. Well, that's usually whenever I go away, I try to do that at least.
Yeah, no, that's good. But I would say definitely when it comes to the hobby, I would say just go out and explore different things that you can just try different things and see what's out there. Maybe research maybe a sport, maybe go shoot bow and arrow, kind of thing, or go do archery,
But that's outside.
Cricket,
outside sucks.
Outside sucks.
Outside sucks. I hate outside. Outside's not fun.
Or pick up martial arts, or go do taekwondo, or maybe some dancing or something like that.
Ooh, I think I could be a good dancer. I think I could maybe own a dance floor.
Yeah, so maybe something like that. Find what you enjoy and go from there.
I think I should be something out of my comfort zone. I think that's one of the goals.
You can definitely try it and see if it's something for you, and if you find you love it, then that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and then maybe it grows into something bigger. You never know.
Exactly, you never know.
And there you go. What a amazing talk with you. Really, really appreciated it. It was super, super fun getting to know you a little bit better. I can't wait to see what you do next. I hope to see you at Comic-Con Cape Town. If not, Comic-Con Joburg maybe.
Yes.
If we all end up going. Once again, thank you to everyone who tuned in. We got this. I believe. I believe. Thank you very much for your time and everything. If you are watching this on YouTube or wherever, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, go follow it everywhere. Don't be a bitch. Do this. It's free. Cost you nothing.
do it.
Cost you
Do
nothing.
the things.
Do all the things. All the links will be below, and everything is in the Twitch chat currently. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Respawn, for being a guest. I appreciate
you
you
for
so
having me.
much.
It was awesome hanging with you in your community.
Maybe we do this again in the future. You never know. Maybe there's an opportunity again. Maybe in a year or two. Maybe you made like your first 3D model, and then we get to see it live. How cool would that be? How cool would that be?
No, that would be. I am currently busy finishing up the last of my new character. I've been busy working on a new one. So I have a couple of things that are coming out soon. And if load shedding just allows me to actually do everything, then I'll be happy.
Load shedding makes it. Yeah, load shedding is making it difficult for a lot of people.
It's been it's been a thing. It's been an adjustment getting around everything. But yeah, no, everything's coming along, and I definitely want to strive to move over to the 3D scene to have a fully fledged 3D model. I have started researching into it a little bit. But it is gonna take a while because you will need a camera. There's a whole lot of aspects that go with it. So it's just to learn now, moving away from this and moving into the 3D scene, learning the software, seeing how you can balance it out with your PC, getting the camera set up to track your movements, how much light does it need. So there's a lot of research that will go into it. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a whole new experience, and
it's something you can try. And then there you go. Maybe, like I said, maybe in a year you have it all sorted and we get you back on the show. Yeah. I think it could be fucking awesome.
I think so too.
Well, there you go.
I had a lot of fun tonight.
Awesome. Thank you very much once again for your time. I appreciate it. Have a good night, chat. Goodbye, everyone. Sweet dreams. And if you're watching this, whenever the fuck, good day. Have a good day. Have a good night. Wherever.
Good night, guys.
Appreciate you.
Take care.
We'll see you guys all on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Good night.